Professor Huw Morris. I am a consultant neurologist and Professor of Neurology and Neurogenetics. I'm also a member of the PSPA's Research Committee. Throughout my career, I've focused on understanding the human brain, in particular the challenges that occur when something goes wrong in the brain, such as conditions involving wearing down of nerve cells. Through my clinical work in movement disorders and neurogenetics, and through the Prospect research study funded by the PSP Association, we've learnt a lot more about a condition called Corticobasal Degeneration, also abbreviated to CBD. At present, there are lots of things we can do to help patients with Corticobasal Degeneration with the help of therapists and community support teams. But unfortunately, there is no cure for Corticobasal Degeneration and no treatments that slow its progression. As a healthcare professional, you can help ensure people living with this condition receive an early and accurate diagnosis and the right care. Approximately 60% of patients living with Corticobasal Degeneration initially diagnosed with other neurological conditions, including Alzheimer's, progressive supranuclear palsy, or Parkinson's. Corticobasal degeneration usually causes progressive problems with skilled movement, called dyspraxia. Patients describe progressive clumsiness and stiffness, usually affecting one arm or more rarely one leg, and difficulty with everyday tasks such as doing up buttons, writing and cleaning teeth. It is different to Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's can present with very similar problems to Corticobasal degeneration. However, patients with Corticobasal degeneration will only experience difficulty with thinking, including slowness of thought, impulsivity, and difficulty with organisation towards the mid and end stages of this disease. Usually patients with Corticobasal degeneration do not develop major memory problems. It is different to progressive supranuclear palsy. Usually with progressive supranuclear palsy, people present with unexpected falls and eye movement problems. In Corticobasal degeneration, balance isn't as much of an issue, and there are little changes to people's eyesight. Most commonly, Corticobasal degeneration is misdiagnosed as Parkinson's disease. However, it's very different to Parkinson's disease because it progresses more quickly and does not respond to levodopa treatment. To help provide an accurate diagnosis, when you see the following symptoms, stop and pause, thinking, could it be Corticobasal degeneration? Does the patient have apraxia affecting skilled coordination of hand and arm movement, difficulty with eye opening or eye closure, and difficulty with facial movement? Does the patient have marked progressive limb stiffness, not responding to levodopa? Does the patient have slow and effortful speech? You and other professionals you work with can help create a better future for everyone affected by Corticobasal degeneration. You can help improve patients' symptoms and their quality of life by addressing motor symptoms. Treatment for limb rigidity can include medication and referral to a specialist spasticity clinic for consideration of treatments like botulinum toxin therapy. You can help improve speech and swallowing difficulties through specialist assessment with a speech and language therapist. Drug treatments can help with sleep and mood that can be important parts of Corticobasal degeneration and impair quality of life. Where possible, patients with Corticobasal degeneration should be referred to a multidisciplinary team. The multidisciplinary team should include physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and speech and language therapy to help patients safely maintain independence for as long as possible. You can also signpost patients and your colleagues onto the PSP Association. The PSP Association is the only charity in the UK dedicated to supporting people living with progressive supranuclear palsy and Corticobasal degeneration. The charity offers a range of support services for people living with Corticobasal degeneration and their families.